All right. Hey, you guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie, for those of you who are new. And I just want to come on today just to like a quick impromptu live, just helping you guys who have not started your business yet, who are like wondering like, where do I even begin? And so this is very impromptu. I will leave this up, the replay. And so if you're watching live, make sure you hit the thumbs up so I can see that you're here, leave a comment. And so yes, I'm starting a new series like over the next couple of weeks. I'm just in the mood. Hi. I'm starting a series where I really just want to help entrepreneurs get started with their online business. And so what I know through coaching and just over the past couple of weeks while I've been coaching current business owners and those who are aspiring, a lot of things that come up, even when running a business, but especially in the beginning, is like a fear of getting started or an uncertainty of getting started if you're doing the right thing. So I just want to come in. So this is going to be like a whole series. Hey, you guys, it's going to be a whole series. Thank y'all for joining in late on this Monday. I hope you guys haven't had an amazing day, but this is going to be a whole series where over the next couple of days and weeks, I'll kind of be like leading an aspiring entrepreneur from the journey of before getting started up into getting started, really with like mindset issues and also tangible tools to help people start their businesses effectively. And so we can talk about it in the concept of a boutique, but I'm also going to be pretty general just because there are a lot of you who are wanting to do more than a boutique, and then I have people coming on who don't even want to do a boutique. And so I'm just going to talk pretty generally. However, if you guys follow me on Instagram, if not, go follow me right now. My Instagram is at Natalie Nicole. Hey, you guys. Hey, Leah. Hey, Crystal. Hey, everybody. Hey, Jennifer. If you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me. And so today in my Insta story, you guys probably saw like a really good I was talking good on my Instagram story today, just sharing some things. And I asked the question, I said, for aspiring entrepreneurs, what is like your biggest struggle? And so when I say the word aspiring entrepreneur, that means someone who has not started a business yet. So some of you said like getting sales, but clearly you are a current entrepreneur and not aspiring. So some things that the aspiring entrepreneurs, they told me is like they don't know where to start, or they have a fear of getting started, or they are having trouble with consistency. Let me see some other things I saw. Staying positive, and just not knowing like where to start. And so today's topic, I just said I think I said getting started, but today I want to talk about like your desire to start, like what business to start and getting to that starting phase. And so I sent out an email today and I kind of just want to talk about those same things. And so when it comes to starting a business, and you guys, when I say business, it can be whatever that means, something that's going to be bringing you a consistent flow of income. So for me, YouTube for me is a business, but it did not start that way. And that was not the initial intent. My boutique is a business. My coaching is a business. And so I think when it comes to starting a business, somewhere along the lines, we stopped dreaming and desiring. A lot of us have a lot of fear. And so we really stopped allowing ourselves to dream and desire. And so when people say like, well, I'm not sure what business to start, let me just say this. I don't want you all to, and I'm speaking generally here, so this might not even apply to you, but just, stay for the ride. I know I got some things to say. I always got things to say. But when it comes to starting a business, what I don't want you guys to do is to pick something. Like, I don't want you to just be doing an online boutique or doing something because you think it's easy, because you think it looks easy, because so-and-so did it and she's successful or he's successful, because you feel like that's the easiest way to make money. I don't want you to start a business for those reasons, because any business, especially a boutique, which is so like now it's kind of just everybody's doing it. No business is going to be easy, right? Getting started is going to be difficult with any business. And so what I want you all to do before, this is for those who have not started yet, and even for those who have started and want to do something more, I want you guys to really allow yourselves to dream, which is what I put in the email today. So like, allow yourself, I want to ask you guys, I want you guys to ask yourself this question. If I can do anything at all, what would I be happy doing? Like, why would I want to do that thing? Or what do I want to do? So for me, I was teaching. This is how me and a boutique came along. Me, I was teaching, right? And I didn't know people who were doing online boutiques, kind of like how I'm doing it and other YouTubers are doing it. That's why I started my YouTube channel. So, but I had a desire. I said, okay, Natalie, what do I want to do, right? So I knew initially that I had the desire to do something more. So I was teaching at the time and I wanted to do something more. I wanted to be more creative. And I thought that was strange because I never was the creative type. I was always just I teach math, I'm very a factual person. But I had the random desire to start creating. And, my thing is, when we have desires, whatever that desire may be, well, first of all, I always believe that if the desires are pure and coming from a good place, then most of our desires is like God's way to push us in the direction that we should be going in. So for me, I was praying often and I was like, well, I have a desire to create. Well, that's kind of weird because I've never created before. And I strongly believe that like that was God's tug for me to go into a creative space, right? Because things are just falling into place. So I had a desire to create, and I wanted to do something creative. And then I also had the desire to sell something online because at the time I was a teacher. I didn't have time to be doing like stuff like this, what I'm doing now. But I knew that if I was at my job, I could sell something online while I was working and it could probably work out well that way. So for me, my boutique business came only from a desire, not because I saw so-and-so doing it and I thought it looked easy, but I did it because I had the desire. And it's good to start your business that way because when you do something because you know that you want to do it for your own reasons, when you get started, fear doesn't matter, right? You look at fear and you laugh it in the face because at the end of the day, you're going to do what it is that you desire to do. And I'm not copying other businesses because I have my own desire for my business. So for those of you who are looking to get started, first ask yourself, why do you want to create the business that you want to create, right? You want to go into it with the right mindset because if not, mindset is so key. We eventually will act the way that we believe, right? If I believe I can't do something, then I won't do something. If I believe that I can, then I'll do anything to make it happen. And so when it comes to starting your business, number one, it comes with your mindset, believing that you can. Okay. So whatever y'all are thinking about doing, or if you guys, as you guys are at your work or, going to bed or waking up, if you're not already, I want you guys to start like journaling and writing down like just your biggest desires. Like if you're someone who you continually have a desire to do something, you're like, oh no, that's kind of, oh, that's crazy, or I could never do that. Write that thing down because that's what you should be doing, whatever that may be. So for me, I also have a desire to be on YouTube, and I've had that desire for about 10 years now. Over the past 10 years, I had a desire to be on YouTube. And so I even started a YouTube channel when I was in college in 2013. And then I did one again after I graduated. And continually, I let my self-doubt like stop what I should have always been doing because I was like, well, I can't do that. Or why would I do that? Or even some of you may be saying, I won't be good at if I do it. Like I won't actually be good at it, right? But whatever you desire to do and be, that's something that you probably should be doing. And so whenever you get a desire, write it down. And even as you guys start your boutiques, that's what you actually want to do. You'll see that as you start a business, starting a business, for those of you who haven't started yet, starting one, you're going to experience so many more ideas and thoughts than what you could have ever experienced if you had not ever started, because you're like exercising I feel like you're exercising something new in your brain, right? A new creative muscle, you're exercising it. And so as soon as you start to create, whether it's a business or whatever that may be, you're going to start having more desires to do more. Like for me, it was a natural progression, right? I had a desire for YouTube, so I did it. I had a desire for a boutique, so I did that. YouTube was never something that I did for money. I had actually no real intent for my YouTube channel. I just had a strong desire to do it, so I did it. But see, naturally, it led to me doing lives, and then naturally, it led to me coaching, and naturally, I'm about to be speaking. And so it's like a natural progression. So the next thing I want to say is when you get started with your business, when you actually, or let me say this, when you get the desire to do something, don't try to calculate how it's going to actually happen, right? Like, so I had the desire to maybe teach on YouTube, but I didn't think about, well, how is that going to happen, right? I just did the first step of starting a YouTube channel, right? I want to be full-time in my business. I'd always wanted to be full-time, but in the beginning, I didn't think about how that was going to happen. I had to do the first step of actually starting the business. So for some of you who you have these really, really big desires and you have this big end goal, start with the first step, right? What's the first step? What's the first thing that you can do to get to like just even a peek into that? Because see, the thing is when you just put your first foot forward, you'll be surprised at how things start to unfold. It's like, wow, it's kind of like you have to do that first thing. And if you never do that first thing, then none of that will ever be able to happen. So I don't know I had to think about like this because I'm a very big like analytical person where I have to like, I try to like, I have lists everywhere, you guys. In all of these journals, I have lists of like what I want to do. And I try to like calculate how it's going to happen. And the list gets so long that I say, oh, you know what, never mind, I'm not going to do it anymore. And then I always talk myself out of that thing, right? Are any of you guys like that? Like you talk yourselves out of it because you just can't understand how that end result is going to happen? Well, listen, okay, when it comes to being a business owner, especially being a business owner, you have to just do the first step, right? Because as you do the first step, things will just start to unfold like, oh, now I see how I can do this. And now I can do this. And at the end of the day, you'll turn around and look back and you're at your end goal, right? It's just a natural thing that happened. And so, hey, you guys, yes, can y'all relate? Right. So, you guys, I used to all the time, this is like my real story. So when I graduated college, I had an internship. So I was always going to be teaching in Houston, but it was like 6 months after I graduated. So in that time, I joined like a little part-time internship and I hated that place, right? And so I would sit there all the time with my journal and I would literally just write out my strongest desires. And my strongest desires were to be outside, to be traveling, to not be stuck at a desk, and to work only a couple hours out of the day. I could not figure out how that was going to happen because the next thing I was going to do was start teaching. I was like, well, that's not any of the above. But that was the next thing that I also had lined up. So I just started teaching, right? So I started teaching. And then again, we have things lined up. So sometimes we let our dreams go, right? So I let that dream go, right? I would write that down almost every 6 months. I wrote those same things down: outside, travel, not at a desk, and work only a couple of hours out of the day. But I couldn't really see how I would get there. So I kind of just let it go. And so when I was teaching, I had that idea again. I was like, okay, I want to be outside. I want to travel, da, 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 da. By the way, I'm doing all those things now, but this was years before that I had these desires and dreams. And so I had to get realistic. I said, okay, Natalie, how in the world could you live that type of life? Like, let's be realistic here. It's not just happening by osmosis. So how could I maybe start to live that type of lifestyle? I said, okay, well, maybe if I start a business, I'll have extra income. So I don't have to work as much. So that was my first step of being realistic. Okay, let me start a business. And then from there, I was like, okay, well, what business do I actually want to start? It's like, oh, I like clothes. So let me just start a clothing business. You see, like, I'm just being realistic and just taking it a step at a time. Who knew? And then I also had the desire to record the process. Now that I believe was Holy Spirit led, because something literally said, Natalie, turn on the camera right now and record what you're doing. So I just turned on the camera, and you guys see that vlog on my channel where I was just recording that day, those days of getting started. And that now video has over 35,000 views. And that's like one of the biggest videos that gave me a push to do this YouTube actually for real. And so, like I said, small little baby steps, right? And then eventually things just got to where it is now. And now I'm literally living the life that I used to dream about. But when I used to have those dreams, I couldn't understand how to get to the end goal. But I just knew that I had a desire. And I said, okay, well, let me just start to take it step at a time. And although these little baby steps is not exactly what I think would get me to that end goal, let me just take every little tiny step. And so people would look at me like, well, why is she doing that? Like, why is she recording herself, or why is she starting an online boutique? But the thing is, I always had a dream of the end goal of going outside. I like to go on my balcony. This morning I was out on my balcony and traveling. I can travel whenever I want. I do it for business sometimes, and sometimes I do it for pleasure. And so the end goal, it didn't take that long to get there. But see, I didn't even start to get it. I spent years dreaming about the goal. Well, not year, maybe like I spent a year dreaming about that end goal. And then finally I said, well, let me just start something, right? And when I just started something, it only took me 8 months to get to where I am now. And so you have to just take that first step, right? Take that first step, and you have no idea where it's going to lead you. And so the next thing I want to say is, because some of you, if you're like me, and I feel like this happens for everybody, but I can't speak for everybody, but sometimes we talk ourselves out of that first step, right? Because we have fear of messing up. We have fear of what others will think. We have fear of not knowing what to do, right? We just talk ourselves, I think, like procrastination, also perfectionism. We have fear that it's not going to be good enough. Perfectionism, procrastination, fear, and self-doubt, we're talking ourselves out of that first step. But see, the thing is, because we don't really understand how that first step is going to get us to that end goal, or we don't think that it's actually going to get us to that end place, but we have to have confidence that, number one, write your goal and your big dream down, whatever that big dream is. Maybe you want to have a vacation home in Florida and you sit on the beach in October. I don't know, right? But write that big goal down, right? And then don't despise the small little baby steps. Today, I put a picture up on my Instagram, you guys. Oh, this is such a perfect example. I put a picture up on my Instagram this morning of, it was a picture from February 2018 when I first restarted this YouTube channel. I restarted this YouTube channel last year, February. And I was just taking a picture of the YouTube setup, and it was 6 o'clock in the morning on a random, I think like a Thursday. And I was actually on the way to work, but I had just finished recording a little snippet of a video I had to finish. And, you know, someone could have been like my coworkers were like, well, I don't want to get up earlier. I don't want to stay up late to do that. But someone could have looked at me like, are you crazy? Like, you're recording videos at 6 a.m. and you only have like 3 subscribers. But I just knew that I know for a fact that something's going to come out of this. Either me feeling more fulfilled. I was okay with me just feeling more fulfilled. Now, my YouTube channel was something that I never thought that it would be like what it is now. I just knew that I had a message to get out, and I couldn't figure out how to get it out. So for y'all who don't know, December 2017, I started a blog. It was called Pursuing Kingdom, because I just had the desire to share a message. I just couldn't figure out how to get it out. So I started with the blog. But what I found myself doing was, before I wrote down every blog, I would say it out loud. Like, I would talk out loud just in the open for like 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that was good. And then I would type it all down in the blog. So I did that for about 3 months. I was like, Natalie, you're wasting so much time here speaking and then writing. Why don't you just speak on a camera? So I was like, okay, let me start this YouTube channel. And so I followed my desires. And even though I wasn't even sure how it would even work out, and I didn't foresee this happening at all, you know, baby steps, right? Baby steps. And don't be such in a rush to get to where you see everybody else at on social media. And somebody once said, like, you need to enjoy the process. And when I heard that, I was like, dang, I need to really slow down, because see, I used to be someone who I'd be like, okay, how can I get to the end, or what's next, or what's the next thing? Like, I would not sit and enjoy the space that I was in. And so when I heard to enjoy the process, I just took it day by day. My journey is my journey, right? So I didn't mind getting up at 6 a.m. to record videos, because I knew that this is my journey. I'm going to enjoy it while I can. And so stop looking at other people and just do your own process, right? When you are in your own lane, you're bound to be successful, because nobody can do what you can do, right? You are doing your own thing. You're in your own lane. And so that's like the best way for business success. Because see, people don't really show what the before looks like before they reach success. They don't really show that, right? So if I'm just trying to copy them, I would not enjoy my 2 subscribers or my 10 subscribers, because I don't have their 10,000 subscribers, right? So I had to learn to enjoy my own process, because I am where I am, right? And then when you enjoy your process, you're so thankful for even the small things. When you get 1 order, when you get 10 website visitors, when I get 3 email opens. See, in the beginning, I tell my people that I coach all the time, like, they say, okay, my email didn't get me any sales. I said, okay, well, let's slow down. Did you get any opens this time? Because you didn't get any opens last time. Did somebody at least open the email? Like, yeah, I got email opens. Great. Pause. Celebrate that. You did something right. To go from 0 email opens to 2 email opens, you did something right. Enjoy your process, right? I always say that every email equals a sale. That's true for me now, but that was not true for me in the beginning. It took me months of sending pointless emails until I realized a formula that works best for my email list, right? My subscribers who subscribe to my email list. So enjoy the process, y'all. Oh, I'm so excited for y'all. Follow your dreams. And listen, when I say, because the thing is, no, that was so cliche, follow your dreams, but seriously, allow yourself to dream. I'll say that. Allow yourself to dream, right? When you have strong, and when I say dream, I mean, like, when you're at work and you start daydreaming about, oh, this perfect life. Allow yourself to do that and write those things down so that you remember. See, write them down, because if I did not write these things down, the thing is, I started my business so you guys, I journal a lot, and I always have for the past few years. So because I wrote those things down, one day I said, let me just look through my journal. And I realized it was one time that I had wrote down like my dream of going outside, vacation, travel. Exactly 1 year before that, on that same day, I wrote that same list down. So at that point, I was like, okay, Natalie, this, just get up and let's start actually working towards it. But if I did not actually write it down, I would have kept having these same repetitive dreams and never doing anything about it, because I didn't even realize that they were I didn't realize that they were actually repetitive, if you feel what I'm saying. So I allowed myself to dream. I actually wrote those dreams down. And so also Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision, make it plain, so that he who reads it runs, because that vision is for an appointed time. That is good. Like the vision that you're having of your future, of this perfect dream life, it's for a specific time in your life. So yes, you have to write the vision down and make it plain so that you understand it, because when you read it, you'll run. That means you'll start actually putting in some action, because that dream is going to happen at a specific time. You don't really have dreams about things that should be happening right now. I mean, you could, but a lot of your dreams are for the future, right? Allow yourself to dream about the future, and don't get upset when your future is not your now. Put action to it, honey, and get to that future. I believe that every future can be worked towards, but it requires action. But you cannot act if you don't know what it is. Okay? You cannot act unless you know what it is. So this is like I'm putting out a clarion call. If y'all know what a clarion call is, but I'm putting out just a PSA, public service announcement, to allow yourself to dream and to write down those desires, because your dreams are valid. Right? Your dreams are valid. I remember when I first started learning about purpose and all of that, I was in college and I couldn't figure out what my purpose was. And not that I couldn't figure out what my purpose was, but I couldn't. So I had this fake idea that your purpose had to be something that it's like preaching, or something that's directly connected to the gospel. And so I couldn't figure out, well, what do I want to do? Congratulations. And so I had that. So at first I couldn't really dream, because I couldn't understand what I should be dreaming about. I'm like, well, what do I think about? Like, what should I want to do? And so I realized, well, so this is a prayer that I say often, especially in the beginning. I used to always say this prayer. I said, God, take away my personal desires, right? Just take them away, throw them in the trash can, and give me your desires. Whatever you want for me, whatever you have for me, make me desire that. Help me see what you want me to do. And at those instances, anything that I wanted after that moment, I knew that that's what I should be doing, right? So in that moment, I had a desire to teach, and so I started to teach. And so I'm still teaching here today. So yes, congratulations. So anyways, don't despise your desires. Your desires are valid, especially if you pray that prayer. Your desires are valid. I also say, take away any fake desire that the enemy has planted in my mind, or in my heart. Like, take those away as well. And so now I know that whatever I want, it must be of God. So I'm going to work towards it, and I know I'm going to get it. So I just want to help you guys out with that today. Number one, before we even start the business, is desiring it, allowing yourself to dream and desire, and then having faith that it can get done, right? Throwing fear away. And as you guys get closer to starting, fear may come up and all these things may come up. So I just want to encourage you to take whatever fear and doubt that you're having, literally do like this, take it off, put it to the side, and say, I'm gonna deal with you later. And right now, just focus on getting it done, because see, that fear, it's gonna keep coming up, whatever. But you want to just continue to have a tunnel vision so that you can actually get done what it is that you want to get done. So hopefully you guys are encouraged, but more than encouraged, hopefully you take some action. My action item is remembering Habakkuk 2:2. Actually, I want you guys to go read it. If you have a Bible, if not, you can Google it. Habakkuk is Habakkuk 2, chapter 2, verses 2 and 3. It's very good. And then do what it says, right? Write down things that you are desiring. Write them down. And then, because after you write it down, we can get into a game plan, right? Which is going to be my next, again, if you're coming here new, I'm doing a whole series. I don't know if it's going to be every day, or maybe it will be. You guys will know when I come on, honestly, because today I was always going to get on, but then I had a desire to not get on anymore. I was so tired because I don't know. I was tired. So I wasn't going to get on, but something just said, Nelly, get up and get your behind on here. So I'm here now. So I have to just be obedient. So I want to continue a series just like this, just really helping you guys with getting started in your businesses. I think this will be good for even those who have a business, because I know that fear comes up for me whenever I do something new. And you want to continually be thinking, what can I do new? Even if you have started already, what can you do that's new? Because you never want to be stagnant. If you are stagnant, then so will your coins. Your coins will also be stagnant, okay? And something I want to also help you guys just learn and understand and see is income generation. Generating income. I think it's like my special gift is like making money online. And so, but you cannot continually do that in different ways if you're too afraid to take the first step. So first step is dreaming, having the desire, and putting fear in the trash can, okay? All right, let me see what y'all are saying. Yes, yes, think of that dream job, okay? Think about it. Do not let those dreams die. Okay, so hopefully you guys are feeling peace, because I definitely feel peace right now. And so I feel good. I'm actually about to get off. So something I want to let you guys know, I asked on my community tab yesterday, I believe, or I don't remember, maybe that was today. I'm not really sure what day that was, but I asked if you guys were interested in me bringing back my signature course. It's not back yet. I'm still working on it and still seeing how you guys respond to see if it's actually necessary before the year ends, because, you know, I would do it I think in the second quarter of next year, but I think there's some people who want to get started before Christmas time. So I may be bringing that back. So if you are interested in getting started with your business, it doesn't have to be a boutique, because I may do different things. I may do one for a boutique and just one for entrepreneurship, one for YouTube, like etc. So if you're just interested in getting started with something and you want to join my wait list, because I'm still designing or seeing if I'm going to actually do this. If you want to join the waitlist, you can click this link. It's in the description box. I don't even have it here anymore. Let me grab the link for y'all, or is it down below? And then I'll share it. It's just a form to put your email and also the business type, so that I can see what you guys are in need of, whether it's specific for a boutique or maybe not. So I'll see based off of your commentary, but I won't be emailing you out of control. I'll just send you an email when the course is actually live. If it becomes live, you can click that link right there and just enter in your email and that information that's there. I think it's just 2 questions, your email and the type of business that you want to start. And I'm going to be starting something soon, hopefully, depending on y'all's response. And if that is the case, those on the wait list will. Yes. Oh yeah. I got your information. So I always ask to give me 24 to 48 hours to respond, which is like, it may seem like, oh my gosh, why? But I literally have so many things going on. So I definitely saw you, and I'll be responding to you tomorrow. I saw your messages and I was getting ready to respond. And then I had a conference call at 5:30 this evening. So, and that was an hour long, and then I was tired. So I will respond to you tomorrow, Jessica. I didn't know that you and that was the same person. So now it's good to put a face to a name. Yes, y'all. When you guys reach out to me, just please give me like a day or 2 to respond, like business days. If you send something to me over the weekend, please wait until the week. Even if you see me like posting and stuff. So I have like my business, like my YouTube and my boutique, and I can only really like work on those like during the weekend, because I help you guys out during the week time. So I just always ask for a few days to get back, just because I have a lot on my plate. Okay. So if you guys want to be known, if you want to know when I'm doing something as far as getting started. Now, for those of you who have already started and you just want help with like things like making sales and all of those things that you guys always DM me about, I would say just check out. I'm not doing anything else this year, I don't believe, for that group of people. So you can definitely check out my website, because I have things already up there on my website as far as making sales and marketing. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Again, put your email there if you want to know information on getting started. I will be back this week repeatedly, probably tomorrow, but I don't know yet. But I'll be back repeatedly at least 2 to 3 more times this week. And I have videos going up of all sorts. Some of you guys like sit down videos, so I have some of those coming up. Some of you guys like vlogs, so I have some of those as well planned. So I'm definitely working behind the scenes. Yes. Okay. And just for future reference, the best way to get in contact with me is not my Instagram DM, just because those get put all over the place and I barely see them, or I forget to respond because I'm human. But to reach out to me, the best way to get information on how to work with me is through my website. There's a contact and a chat, or through my email. That's the best way to get in contact with me. Okay, that is all. I don't know about a fashion district meetup, unless you're just asking them in the chat. I wanted to go to the fashion district, but I just didn't go. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But if I go there, it will be like super last minute. Like I was looking yesterday at flights for sometime like in the next week or so. I was actually looking for this weekend. The flights were like $600. I was like, okay, that's not going to happen. So I'm going to continue to look, but I don't know if I'm actually going to go or not. I don't know if it's a necessity or not. I have so many things, other things that I need to get going. So yes. Yeah, that's all I'll say for now. So anyways, thank y'all for coming on. I'm not gonna stay any longer because I'm actually like exhausted. If you can tell from my face, I'm tired. I'm gonna lay down, but hopefully this was encouraging. If you just came, watch the replay. And if you know that you want assistance with getting started, whether it's your boutique or just getting started with a YouTube channel or getting started online at all, make sure to click the link right there in the chat or the one that's down below and enter your information, and I'll email you guys first when something comes up. When something comes out, I think I'm gonna have something created by this weekend, so those on the wait list will know first, and they'll have first access to like any discounted pricing for whatever it is that I come up with. And when I say come up with, it's either going to be a workshop, like a one-day workshop, or it's going to be my 6-week course that I have already created. So, I may present both because one obviously will be like a more accessible price for some of y'all, and the other one is going to be my 6-week course. But so either way, the wait list will know first. They'll get discounted pricing, and then I'll announce it here on YouTube like a few days later. So that's all that I have for today. Thanks for watching. Hey. I'm gonna let you guys go. Enjoy your evening. Happy Monday. Hope you guys follow what I said in here, and I will see you guys super soon for another live and another video coming super soon to your subscription box. Okay, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe, and I will see you guys super soon. Bye, you guys.